Today I'm gonna show you how to make a quick and easy tempeh. Yay! Yo, turn me up a little bit. Up, a little bit. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. It's your boy Il1I2Ls back for another video. If you want to learn how to make a successful batch of tempeh, this is the video to watch learning from my unsuccessful batch of tempeh. Let's get to it. For those who don't know, tempeh is a dish made with fermented beans, mostly soybeans. Today I'm going to use black beans. Chickpeas can also be used. The first step when making food, especially fermented food, is to wash your hands. To make this tempeh is real easy. You only need 7 or 8 items and it's real fast. I'm actually a beginner at this, so I'm learning and you're learning at the same time, and we're gonna have an awesome batch. Now we're gonna go over the items that we need. First are beans. Black beans, soybeans, or garbanzo beans are the recommended beans. And then we're gonna need a container. I'm using a circle Pyrex container. A lot of people use plastic bags or plastic containers, but I just don't believe in fermenting things in plastic. We're gonna need some aluminum foil. We're gonna need a towel or a surface to dry the beans off and make sure you get all the moisture out. I am using a diaper. Alright, you're now witnessing potential mistake number 1. I thought using a diaper would be a genius idea because they're very absorbent, but it hit me later on that they have agents in them to make them absorbent, and they could potentially contaminate the bean. Because they take in moisture real well and it's a clean surface, you need some apple cider vinegar. This is potential mistake number 2. White vinegar or rice vinegar is the preferred vinegar to use. You can use apple cider vinegar, but if you do, it shouldn't be unpasteurized. It should be pasteurized like this. Measuring spoon, and last but not least, you need some culture. This right here, this bag right here can make 80 to 100 batches of tempeh, and we're gonna make our first one today. Also need a thermometer. That comes in handy, like really, it does. All right, I bought a thing of black beans last night. They were fresh beans. They were great value brand. They wasn't organic, but they were just regular beans. I soaked them overnight. I actually soaked them about 18 to 20 hours. And this is about 2 cups of beans, and this is about 2 cups of beans. When you're using a container, you don't want to have it too deep because you want your beans to be able to breathe. That's why I didn't fill it all the way to the top. So after this batch, I'm going to use the rest of these beans right here to make another batch. Take the beans now and pour them on the surface to get all the excess moisture out. I placed them back in the bowl. Now it's time to add the ingredients. Okay, another mistake, and I think my most detrimental mistake, is that I didn't dehull the beans. I read on countless sites that you do not have to dehull the beans because it just takes a long time and it's not necessary. And I believe that to be true, that it is not necessary, but what you should do is that you should slightly smash the beans with a potato smasher or a similar device so the culture can get to the inside of the beans, because that's what it needs to ferment. Now if that's mixed up, next step is to add 2 teaspoons of the culture. One. So the next morning, I checked the tempeh around 8 p.m. and it looked like it was starting to culture pretty well. The thing is, my thermometer said that it was only about 79 degrees, and that's a little bit too cool for the tempeh to culture. So I ramped the oven up just a little bit, just to get the temperature up. With that being said, that was my third mistake, because the temperature got about to 95 degrees relatively fast, and then I turned the oven down. And truth be told, you don't even have to turn the oven on when you do these, when you use the oven as an incubator. All you have to do is just turn the oven light on, and it stays about 82 degrees with just the oven light on. So that was my third mistake. Oh, and then my final mistake is I left the house and I shut the oven. I keep the oven cracked, as you seen earlier, just to let some air get through there. And when I came back, the temperature was in the hundreds. And as soon as I walked into my apartment, it just smelled like a lake, like a swamp. And that's an obvious sign that the tempeh is not good to eat. Even though the spore has cultured pretty well over the tempeh, it just didn't smell good. So I threw it in the trash. Well, I hope you learned something about how to make tempeh today. In my case, how not to make tempeh. Honestly, I never had tempeh before. And if you see my video about my allergic reaction to hemp seeds, I hope the same thing doesn't happen with the tempeh. It's just black beans, so everything should be good. That video footage that I recorded was about a couple of weeks ago, and I haven't gave it another attempt since. I'm actually about to go to the store and get some black beans right now so I can soak them and give it another go tomorrow. The weather's been a lot cooler, and that's also been a factor. It was really, really warm over the last couple of weeks. And the other half of those black beans, I just wound up putting in my food and eating. If you like this video, make sure you like this video. If you love this video, make sure you subscribe. It's your boy Ill, 1 I 2 L's, and